All right, in today's video, well, it's going to be a wild ride through the world of film and television, where we're seeing a very concerning trend that's been dubbed the Gingercide. That's right, this is a phenomenon that involves the systemic erasure of red-haired characters being often replaced with individuals of different ethnicities. Well, maybe one specific ethnicity, although that might not be entirely true. And this is a bid to appear more exclusive. Freudian slip there. To appear more inclusive and diverse. Now, while it's a topic that's been stirring up quite a bit of controversy lately, it's also one that's been providing us with a fascinating case study in the intersectionality of representation, exposing the people who are pushing it and the lengths that they will go to get said ideology in as much media as possible. Ready? Here we go. Now, in the world of film and television, redheads have been a staple for many, many years. All forms of media, in fact. From the fiery Mary Jane Watson in the Spider-Man comics to the stoic Commissioner Gordon in the Batman comics. These characters have not only added a splash of color to our screens, but they've also been integral to their respective narratives. They're tied to them. However, in recent years, we've seen a shift in this trend, with redheaded characters being replaced left, right, and center. Take, for instance, the case of The New Little Mermaid, a movie where a non-redhead, Halle Bailey, was cast as Ariel. Can we only assume that she had the best audition? Maybe. Was she so musically talented that they had no other choice? Perhaps. Or was it to use her ethnicity as a safety blanket or shield from criticism? What's disturbing is the cynical answer is not only assumed to be accurate by many, it is most likely the accurate answer, which is concerning. Let's also consider recently the Jimmy Olsen. You know, Jimmy Olsen from the Supergirl show. Yeah, he was recently transformed from a freckled redhead to a muscular bald man, a black man. These changes, while seemingly minor, have sparked a wave of discussions and debates, with some claiming that redheads are a persecuted minority. It's really starting to seem that way. Now, you might be wondering, why the sudden change? Why are all the redheads being targeted? Those are good questions. It seems to be part of a larger trend of race swapping, which you've heard a lot of people talking about. Also, it involves the inclusion of woke ideology in media. This is a so-called attempt to increase diversity and representation on screen. Studios have been recasting traditionally redheaded characters with actors of different ethnicities, and there's hundreds of these now. You can point to them all the time. These efforts, however, have led to a rather ironic situation. In an attempt to push inclusivity, these studios have inadvertently erased a group of individuals from our screen. Is that a good intention mistake or a direct attack on a group of people? You know what? I don't know. I'll let you decide that one. But the plot thickens, of course. The trend of Gingercide isn't limited to replacing redheaded characters with actors of different ethnicities. It's carried over to race-swapping real-life historical people as well. One of the recent cases that many people have pointed towards is the story of Anne Boleyn, a redhead in real life, Caucasian woman, who was portrayed by Jodie Turner-Smith, an English black actress, in a docudrama. This trend of Gingercide has become so prevalent now that it's almost become a running joke in the industry, and of course to its many observers, like myself. Of course, for a lot of people who may happen to be red-headed, it's no laughing matter. It's a sign of a much, much deeper issue in Hollywood. A lack of originality, perhaps, and a reliance on established characters to support new ideas and narratives. And therefore, instead of creating new and diverse characters, studios are simply changing the ones that already exist. It's very clearly woke ideology gone awry. So let's delve deeply into that ideology, into the realm of woke in film and in television. This is an ideology which emphasizes social justice and the recognition of various forms of discrimination. It has been making waves in Hollywood for a long time now. And actually, the carryover's been pretty severe as well. It's making waves everywhere else, even in your stores. Of course, we have more stories about that elsewhere on the channel. But from celebrities to award shows, woke activism has been infecting every aspect of the entertainment industry. It's influencing casting decisions, plot lines, and even the overall themes of movies and TV shows, which, by the way, impacts viewership, driving it down. However, this surge in agenda-driven ideology has not been without its controversies. The critics are arguing for the push for diversity and representation has led to forced cultural agendas that can overshadow and even kill the plots of movies and television shows, just as I said before. For instance, Disney's woke film ideology reportedly cost the studios over $1 billion at the box office in just the last 2 years alone. In fact, after this year, it'll be a lot more. And of course, as they say, go woke, go broke. This not only suggests that audiences may not be receptive to these changes as, well, at least not as receptive as the studios might hope, but are downright repelled by the ideology itself. Moreover, the term woke itself has been defined, redefined, and then flat out changed completely in order for the progressives, or as I call the regressives, in Hollywood to push their messaging into everything that they produce, all the way down to commercials. And of course, this has led to a polarizing debate, with some arguing that the push for wokeness is ruining entertainment. I seem to be one of the people on that side of the conversation, while the others, such as, well, Disney's Bob the Weatherman, maintain that it's a necessary step towards a more inclusive and representative media landscape. In other words, they're just trying to force their views through entertainment, even if the audience doesn't show up. So where does Gingercide actually fit into this conversation, into all of this that we've been talking about? Well, it seems to be a byproduct of this push for woke ideology. In an attempt to diversify their cast, studios are inadvertently, or perhaps even more sinisterly, on purpose, in fact, erasing the red-headed characters, leading to an ironic situation where the push for representation leads to the lack of a certain representation for another group, in this case, redheads. But here's the kicker. The issue of Gingercide isn't just the result of woke ideology. It's also a symptom of a larger problem in Hollywood, and I pointed it out before, a lack of originality and a dearth of creativity. Well, and a halt of innovation. Again, as I said, instead of creating new diverse characters, studios are simply changing the ones that had already existed. And now we've come full circle. Of course, this not only leads to the erasure of redheads, but also stifles creativity and innovation in storytelling. I would say that the Weatherman's Company is a prime example of that recently. So what's the solution? Well, it's not a complex issue, given that your audience tells you what they want by voting with their wallet. So give the people what they want, and not what you tell them they want. See? Pretty simple. Huh? But hey, what do you think? Do you have any thoughts on this particular topic? I know many of you in the audience are redheaded folks. I'd like to hear what you think, so put that down in the comments section below. And if you think I've mischaracterized anything during the course of this video, you can let me know that as well. And with that, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bye.
Today, be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts. Yay! Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.